Welcome back for race number 7. The 7th race is over 1,800 meters, so the extended trip. This will be due off at 15:50. Friendly City Stakes, non-black type, no allowances, and looking forward to this event as we got some decent individuals on offer here. Paul, looking at these runners, number 1, Mount Anderson, ex-Dean Cannemeyer, now with the Mitchley stable, been off the track for 104 days. The last 2 efforts has really raised the game. Second to Do It Again and second to Airways Law in KwaZulu-Natal has made the transition down there.
Yeah, this Vercingetorix can run. There's no doubt about that. It's locked horns with some very good horses. Waterbury Lane, Rascallions, the horses that can hold their own. So it certainly comes in with a big chance. Marco rides it. It's got 60, but it has opposition.
Number 2, Native Tongue, ran 16 days ago, putting that disappointing run behind Airways Law when they reported severe post-race distress. Came out to run second behind Trip of Fortune. You'll be able to educate the punters a bit more on severe post-race distress?
Yeah, that can be like a comrades runner. You're absolutely knackered at the end, and you're breathing heavily, and your sides are heaving, and you've got to cool the horse down immediately. Now you'll find them when they do get these really hot days. Some of the young horses needed to get the hose pipe, but it certainly wasn't right, because if you have a look at the run before, gave 4.5 kilos to Mount Anderson, and it finished 2.9 behind, and they race off level weights this time. So Native Tongue has always had a lot of ability. He took July runner Hoodspruit, gave him a game race, So I think that this horse is very much alive. It's 5-2. It's drawn 1 with Louis up. I'd include this in everything.
There we go. Number 2, Native Tongue, very, very alive. As we move on to number 3, Grazing in the Grass, who's notched up 7 victories from his 28 runs to date. And just looking at Grazing in the Grass, over 1,900 ran third to Herodotus in the penultimate run from a 14 out of 14 draw, and then came out to beat Nexus last time, which was a smart performance over the mile trip. And that number 2 draw will definitely be in the favour.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Mark de Kock horses, that Mamara down with Allen, and Richard Free up. It's got to have a chance. This horse is very consistent, very honest. I don't think it's quite run against as good a horses as the first 2 you mentioned, but it's a good horse, Grazing in the Grass. This philanthropist can certainly run.
Last horse I'll touch on is number 5, Crimson King from the Glen Cotson stable. He's still a 2-time winner. He's locked horns with real decent opposition in the past. He's the type of horse that could be in the shake-up without any degree of confidence, though.
Yeah, I think, as you say, he's beaten Hoodspruit. He is a useful horse. He's got to have some sort of chance as Dynasty. It's a race where you look at them. I just looked over the page. You've got 7, 8, 9, 10. They've either won or run second in their last races, all 4 of them. So every horse has got some sort of a form about them. And the weights, there's not that much swing in all of them. So I'm still more in favour of numbers 1 and 2. But I've got a lot of respect for the Greef runners as well.
So there we have a look, and number 1, Mount Anderson, and number 2, Native Tongue. They're the top 2 dominating the betting, and I think they're the 2 horses that they have to beat. But as Paul mentioned, a number of horses with some solid form in the lineup. So at the end of the day, you're going to be the judge in this type of race. Put in as many runners as your budget will allow.